So, I'm gonna be uploading a lot of videos today, talking and stuff. One, my life kind of is depending on it. My boat, equipment. If people are listening to me, which people are watching my stuff, they are, and um, so I said I'm gonna continue these videos, and I am. Now, think about getting a camera, like a body cam or something, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I got to get microphones too, because holding the camera all the time, the phone kind of sucks. But it does help when you guys see my face. I understand that stuff. Who wants to listen to somebody talking when they're talking like this the whole time, and you don't see no emotion or anything. So, like, I understand all that. But dude, the last video I cut off, that happens a lot. Sorry about that, people. I care, but I don't, in a sense. There's nothing I can do really about it right this moment. And that's why I don't really care. Because if anybody wants to criticize, there's a reason why it's like that. Same for everything in the world. Um, and people will always assume instead of just asking. So, yeah. But, I gotta clean up today, man. But that last video, dude, like, I post stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and I've mentioned, you really have to understand the value of stuff, when you run a business, and people don't. People don't understand the value of stuff, and Facebook Marketplace, especially in Detroit, people are really rude, man. People are fucked up. And I understand why they say the stuff they do, and. But the last video, someone messaged me. They actually messaged my phone. I thought it was Facebook. It was a text message. And they were threatening me, saying that first they try to tell me my truck is put together wrong. I'm like, what? Like, first of all, you don't know the situation that happened. Second of all, you're talking about axles and stuff and all this other stuff, and I don't have any photos of me installing anything. So I don't know what this guy's really talking about. And then I had a situation where I posted these mirror drawers. I listed them for 300. I really didn't want to sell them. And I was willing to I listed them for 300 because people always willing to deal. And I was willing to take, 250, a little less, And when you list it for 300, people want to wheel and deal, they knock down $50. You say, yeah, you get what you want for it, and they're happy because you got a deal, they got a deal. So, that's business 101, first of all. And in a lot of cultures, I've traveled around the world, bro. They won't even, like Indians, certain, like Arabics, a lot of them won't even buy anything from you if you don't wheel and deal or give them a deal. Because that's just the culture, that, and like, I've worked in settings, like, I've worked in companies where, like these people will come in and, like, the owners will be like, oh my God, like, here we go, like, here's this Indian dude, and we'll, like, avoid the person, right? And, like, lose out on money, man, and deals, and, like, selling stuff. And and this was recent, actually. This was at Michigan Imports. It's kind of funny. I love that family, but their beliefs and their traditions, they lost a lot of money. And I was able to bring in a lot of business. I couldn't tell you how much business I brought into that place, man. Just by being happy and, wheeling and dealing and, giving people deals. And my boss seen that. And, he seen that I was bringing money in because he wasn't there all the time, And he seen, the increase in money. And he seen, that I use all the stuff around the building, around his, I didn't ask for any money from him to fix up the place. I used everything he already had. And I cleaned it up. I rearranged everything. It was dirty. I helped fix the computer systems. They were outdated. The credit card machine was outdated, it was old, dial-up type thing. Now people can go in there and just tap their card, and they're good to go. I set up their servers, and their machine was slow, and they had an old server that had all the inventory. So they got all these car parts from, like, the 1950s if that computer goes, they're fucked. Like, they don't have, a copy of it. And it was an older hard drive and it was about to go. It was getting slow. Like, it would take forever to look up stuff. So, I knew what I was doing. And what's funny is the reason why he never upgraded it is because Hollander, the company that runs this software to do the inventory, wants to charge like $1,600, man, just for them to upgrade the hard drive. And it's like, what? Because it's secure, they want a product key for each computer, and it's such high-end software, so my IT skills, my computer skills, I put them into play. And what I did was just clone the hard drive. All I did was take my Linux disk, my Linux stuff, and I made a bootable USB flash drive, and I booted off the flash drive with the SanDisk, with the flash drive, the actual solid state hard drive, and the computer. And then I just made an image of it, which is a complete exact copy image that was, on the hard drive, the old hard drive, and transferred over. So that way he could keep his product key and all that. And then I took, I made a copy, a backup of all the stuff, and I had him put it in the safe. So now he has a backup of all of his inventory in a fireproof safe, which, he's done it before, but the computers, they used to do it, their old system, they were able to do it, they knew how to do it. When the computers, like back in the 80s and 90s, when the computers came out, they had to upgrade all their systems, and they didn't know how to do all that stuff. They had to pay people to do it. And, I did all that stuff for them. And, just from like the half a year I was there, I increased business almost like by $80,000, $100,000, like it was like 8% or something like that. I didn't get to do, see, here's the thing too, I didn't have access to like QuickBooks, like all their in and outs, which normally, like if I was running a company or a business, I would, like the businesses I've helped run before and have ran myself. So it, this is an estimate, but I see the money coming in every day. I see the money coming out every day. I was there every day. I worked every day. And my boss told me, what I was doing. So, I'm going up on what he told me. So, yeah, dude, you gotta really keep your heart open. That's all I can really tell you. Keep your heart open. And go the extra mile for the people that are worth going the extra mile for, That's the biggest part. That's the only part, really, that people have problems with. They always, and here's the thing. I watch it time and time again. I've done it time and time again, which I gotta upload these videos. Family, man. You always want to make it work out with family. Listen, if any family member if you have any sense of hurt, first forgive them, because God won't forgive you if you can't forgive others. And the hardest thing to forgive is not other people. That's easy. That's easy to do. It's easy to block someone out. The hardest thing to forgive is yourself, man. All the stuff that you've put yourself through, and the stuff you've done, and it sucks because all those things that you've done, it wasn't always because of, it were actions other people did. That's why it's so important to forgive, That's why Jesus, that's why he said, that, if you read, it says, one of the Pharisees, came up to him and asked him, what should I do? Like, what commandment should I follow? And he said, you can follow all of them, but none of them don't matter if you don't love and you don't forgive. So, those are the two things, and you can't love without forgiveness, because Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has a guilty conscience. Everybody sins, and that's what sin is a guilty conscience. And you're born with it. And that's what the Bible tells you. It teaches you that. You're born with a guilty conscience. That means that, listen to what I'm saying. Listen. The Bible literally says that a child will, if nothing has ever happened to him, nobody's ever done anything wrong to him or her, right? That kid has had a perfect life, right? That kid is still going to have a guilty conscience, which means he's still going to have problems. He's still going to have to battle himself. He's still going to have to figure out how to live life. That's why you always see all these families that work so hard to provide their children with millions of dollars because they had no life before and watch their kids squander it. Think. You have to think. People don't... Listen, man. You have to think. And when you think, you have to ask God, man. You have to be with Him. You have to spend time with Him. And the only way to spend time with Him is to read the Bible and to get away from people and clear all that negative energy out, clear all those bad thoughts, because that guilty conscience you were born with, it's evil. You were born with it. It's born in you, His Spirit. That's why they sacrificed. They knew this. That's why they knew it was in the blood. That's why Jesus sacrificed Himself, because Jesus knew that, God knew that He had to come down and be pure. He had to show us the way. And the only way for us to understand is in human form. That's why He came here. And He came back down to what He created, because it hurt Him to see His creation like that, which, He already knew that we were going to have to go through this, and it hurt Him, but without it, He couldn't create us. So that's why He gave us a way out. That's why it is grace, because there's nothing that we do. It was simply given to us. He simply slapped our dumb asses on this earth, and that's grace alone, just to be able to breathe. That's why it's so important to ride on the light, and fight darkness, and not in a meaningful way. You can do it in a proper way. There's a proper way to do it, and that's what the channel is really a big part of. So if you're not spiritual or Jesus, I don't know what to tell you. I find another channel. This is not your channel. I'm just being honest with you. And don't go sit there and try to change me or influence me to think or try to change my view on it, because it's not going to happen. I'm not even going to read your stuff. In fact, I'll probably just delete it off my page if I can. I know on Facebook I can. I don't know on YouTube. I don't. And if I can't, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm telling you, I'll figure it out. Listen, everything is man-made. Everything is man-made that we have made. That means I can unmake it. Okay? So, for anyone that's out there that thinks they're, on some shit, believe me, you're not. You're not on nothing. You're on God's time, trust me. You're not, dude, you're on God's time. You're so sick of people, man. And, I screenshotted that message too. I posted it. I was going to post on my Facebook. I post all that stuff. I do, because it's records. It's records of these people trying to get me in trouble for nothing I have done to them. Seriously, they don't know anything that happened. I have done nothing wrong. They're just assuming and making assumptions from things that happened to them, and they see a photo that looks similar to something they got stolen from them, which I can prove everything that I have. That's why I keep receipts, man. Keep your receipts. I'm telling you. Keep everything, man. Keep everything. keep everything, document everything, man. I'm telling you, bro. People, girls too, dude. I've seen it so many times. It's happened to me. Girls lie, man. They do, and guys lie too. And, you have to protect yourself, man. You have to. You have to. And it's sad you have to do that. It is. So, these videos, until I get a camera, one that I like, I bought one. It was shitty, dude. It was only a $40 camera, though. I don't have money to buy a Canon right this second. I do, but I need a boat. I gotta leave this house. I gotta get down to Florida. The quality of the videos right now don't matter to me. First of all, the YouTube just started. If people don't want to listen to me, then there's no point to make the channel. If people are watching it and listening to me, then I'll make the channel, because even though I'm doing all those other things, you're still going to have to listen to me, right? So, right now I don't know, I got a lot on my mind. I'm charging the GoPro right now. I'm actually not as sore as I thought I was going to be. That's also because I've been riding. I'm fit. So, that helps a lot. And I was prepared yesterday too. I really was. Yesterday I didn't have any problems. Nothing. I didn't run in. My phone wasn't dying really. Like, it got down to 20%, but I wasn't at risk. I wasn't far away from home. I wasn't, worried about emergency situations or anything like that, and that's another reason why I've been training so hard. Because all my travels before and everything that I know, I'm trying to put it into play before the real deal happens. Going out into the mountains by myself is not a good idea. It's just not. You shouldn't go out in those places by yourself. You don't do it. And if you do it, make sure you always let someone know where you're going. And, tell them what you're doing, you know what I mean? Maybe even show them, a map of where you're going to be and stuff. I'm serious, man. Things happen a lot. But that's another thing. I kind of wanted to stay home today. I'm going to go for a ride a little bit. I might go get some riding in today. It's kind of cool out. That's why I want to go. It's colder out today. It's not warm like it was yesterday. And, but I got to start mapping out the trails, man. I've been looking at them and getting an idea of what, where I'm going to be going in a sense, but I don't have it all figured out. I don't. And also, it's been frustrating me because, my plans were to do this Truth Serum tour in May, have tickets sold, in May. And, with my dad and him losing his memory too, which hasn't helped anything. Not only has, the whole Jesus thing and, the whole family situation caused problems between us, he's losing his memory, man, fast, dude. Within 6 months, man, I'm watching him slip away, and it hurt. It fucked me up watching this, And, I would point it out, you know what I mean? To help him, and it would cause problems, and, he'd be like, I'm not losing my memory. I drive just fine type shit, He's that kind of dude, and it's whatever, dude, You're right, just go hit another car, And it's frustrating. So that's another reason, everything kind of just got put on a halt, man. Everything just, that's another thing. When you love Jesus, when you believe in Jesus, the evil one gets really, really worked up. He will listen. he will try whatever he can. He will use everyone around you to try to get you to not believe in him. And he will get you in trouble. He will get you in all types of situations, man. And it's crazy because he don't want me to have money. He don't want me to have food. He revels in that, you know? And that's why when those people, he's in their head, that's why they revel in it too, because they have his spirit, you know, they're filled with his spirit. They're not, that's why the Bible says you must worship God in spirit and truth. And the only way to do that is to speak the truth, not lie, and to help others, you know, and read the truth, you know. You got to read it to have it in you, in your heart. You got to remember it, and, you know, here and here. And that's when it starts cleaning your heart out, you know. Your heart starts it starts healing. It does. Meditation helps with this. Yoga helps with the body. Yoga helps with the physical. Meditation helps with this, right? Jesus heals this. Let me tell you, he heals that. That right there, he heals it. And that's what people have confused. I see it all the time. And I'm here to change that, you know? So that's what I'm doing. And I'm using my background and, you know, my computer knowledge and, you know, and me sailing around the world to do so. God is using my passions, my interests, and, you know, who I am to accomplish his goal, which is simply for people to know who he is. So, yeah. And that's why people preach, you know. That's why people, you know, spend so much time, you know. Family, you see couples, you know, married couples go out of their way for people, you know, and pasture a church, you know. Because they understand that. They know that. Because they were in a bad position at one time, you know. People don't ever ask questions, you know. People don't know my past, or, you know, even family don't know my past because they're never around, you know. They're not around, and they don't know everything that I've done or didn't do, and I don't tell them everything. And the things that I did say, half of them were lies. Right? So you gotta, that's why it's so important that to be with Jesus every day. You know, you must lay your life, you must sacrifice, you must, listen, man, you must deny yourself and live like him, because then it's not you that is living, it is him that is living, it is him that is speaking, because you're conscious of everything you're saying and doing, because your mind is on him, your heart is on him, you understand? So I haven't ate yet. I'm getting kind of hungry, and I gotta clean up and stuff, so I'm gonna upload this video. You know, I'm gonna continue getting dressed, you know. I threw on, you know, I listen, man, dry fit, it don't matter if it's what brand it is. I don't care if it's Nike, if it's the cheapest of the cheap. They're all the same material, in the end. You know, the other stuff just has designs on it, you know, so, you know, some materials better than others, but for the most part, dry fit, if you travel like me, man, it's the only way to go. It is. I promise you, if you travel like I do, which you will see, I travel the globe, and you guys are going to be seeing this, you know, and I'm going to be learning more language, you know. I've been picking up on it more too, I've noticed too, as I've gotten older, and, you know, I want to learn, so, and I kind of have to, you know. I have margarita, I don't, you know, I got to learn Spanish. I have to learn it, like, fluently. I want to be able to speak to our children, you know what I mean, in her language, you know, and understand her, you know, her, you know, and listen, even when you translate stuff and everything, it's not the same as learning the word and with the person, because there's meaning behind it. That person, there's meaning behind that person and the things that they learn and how they learn that word. You know what I mean? Or you know, man, and people change words. People make up words. People make up words. We hear it all the time in music. That's why I love underground hip hop, man. That's the thing too, is I'm a big underground hip hop artist. My name is Retrospect. So I will be making music. Not right away. Um, First I gotta get my hands on equipment. I got tons of stuff written down, but I gotta get in the booth, man. I haven't been in a booth ever. So, I've sang, I've wrote, and I sang to Margarita, sing with Margarita, I used to drive her around, I sing, and that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna make some music, with her, on the boat, like some good stuff, like some mixed stuff, like she'll sing, Spanish, and, I'll do my verse, you know what I mean? While we're playing the guitar or something, like, or, the banjo or whatever, because we're gonna be out in sea, man. I can't wait for that slow lifestyle, like the salsa type lifestyle, the Caribbean lifestyle. That's where I'm headed. That's what you guys are gonna see. Um, that's where that's gonna be a lot of it because that's where I'm gonna be studying. That's where all the tornadoes and typhoons are. So, if you're interested in weather and stuff, the reason why I'm heading out there is because of the typhoon that happened in the 1970s. I believe it happened because of global warming effect. The more I study it, the more I feel this way about it. It's called Typhoon Tip. You know, other hurricanes and typhoons, they have many names. The same, typhoon might have, three different names. And so, because, it might only be in one area, and they might call it that. But, they have standards, they have, and organizations, including America, Japan. I think France has one, and, but they do like joint, communications where, if so many hurricanes happen or typhoons happen a year, they can only have like, you can only name it that name so many times and then you got to change it. So, if you're interested in all that stuff, which I'll be touching base with all that stuff, here and there. As I make the videos, when I start setting up the equipment and, I showed you some of the stuff I was already looking at. And I gotta start studying too about fish and all that. And another reason why too I want to really really hunker down this winter on the boat is I go to school. I got a scholarship through Full Sail University and a grant, a government grant. So and I gotta pay all this money back. You know what I mean? It's not. It's a $40,000 grant, and my scholarship wasn't, that was a lot of money too. So, it's important for me to get down there, and study. I'm almost there. They're trying to get me, they've been calling my phone, they're trying to get me to sign in for this semester, but I'm not ready. And, the mobile development stuff, I know I'll learn a lot in their class, but that's not what I want to do. Like, I want to do mobile development for, my app, which, we're going to be rolling out, but that's not who I am. My goal is to study weather and computer science and have my computer science degree, and that's who I am. So, and once I get things going, my goal really is to be pushing for an education. So about things, it was really frustrating for me getting back into school now that I've been in trouble because I've been to school before. And a lot of places wouldn't take me in, and I think it's bullshit. Be honest with you, I do, because this they told me I had to wait 7 years. Like, bro, I'm 33. You know what I mean? Like, so, but Full Sail, like, why does one place do it and then the other one don't? That's my problem, But Full Sail, you said no. You give us all your documents, everything that you've been in trouble for. That's none of our business. As long as you conduct yourself and you behave in a well manner, and that you're in classes, you're showing that you're there, your work, you're providing the work. Um, we're all for it. We're here, so come on down. In fact, well, you can do it online. Just got to come down and get the diploma. They said. But, I really want to get down there too because of the campus. They got, bro, dude, the equipment that they have down there, the state of the art equipment, like the computers that I'd have access to, man, and like the video equipment, that's what people are not understanding. See, I'm doing this YouTube channel, right? I have access to this stuff. That's what they do. This is what they do. They a lot of the people that are famous, out there because of games, like all your game development, like Call of Duty and all those crazy cool ass games. They graduated from Full Sail University, so I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's gonna be great, and I'm happy to bring you guys with me. Um, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a struggle. You're gonna see me struggle. You're gonna see me cry. You're gonna see me all types of stuff. You're gonna see me mad. Yeah. Hopefully you don't see anything bad. It won't be any bad like or that type of bad. But I just don't want to have to. I really don't want to have to put people in their place on the internet. That's not who I am. I don't like to do it, but God does it to me all the time, man, and I listen to him. And when I don't listen to him, when my heart tells me to do something and I don't do it, I always regret it. So that's why I just do it. He doesn't like that when he's telling you something. He's like really trying to, it's in your heart. And it's in your heart. He's telling you. That's him, man. That's him trying to tell you, like, give you a signal, like, bro, like, wake the fuck up, do something, so. But I'm gonna get going. I'm hungry. I am. My stomach's growling. I'll be going over that stuff too, like foods that have energy. Living on a budget as poor as I am. And the way I move and how fit I am. So we'll go over that stuff. I'm just not getting used to making these videos anyway. So letting you guys in on my life. Which is crazy. Crazy. I'll let you guys go. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. God bless.